From birth to boyhood, young Jojan was always happy, always smiling. He saw his father's uniform and his salute had new purpose. Now, with stars pinned with pride, his legacy had just begun. A brave officer leading from the front in service of the motherland. This is his sacrifice. During an intense CI operation, Colonel Jojan called for a sit-rep. The situation was grim. Major Senthil was injured and the encounter intensified. He immediately ordered a medevac. A young officer asked if they should fall back. Despite low visibility and backup QRT 2 hours away, Colonel Jojan said, "We don't retreat. I'll go in with my men."
തീനാളം തിരിതാഴ സൂര്യനെ നേരോടെ നെഞ്ചേറും തിരിമായ ചിത്രമേ കാലങ്ങൾ തോറും കൈമാറും നിൻ സ്വരമേ ധീരമായി വരാനിൽ വഴിയേ നേരിടാമൊരേ ഹരിയേ ഒന്നറിയുക നാളെ നിന്നതിരുകൾ നീളെ അന്നൊരു തടവോ
On 22nd August 2008, India lost a great warrior, a great hero, a great man.
ആ ജന്മവരമുരുകിയ വഴി മുതൽ തായ് മണ്ണു തരുമരുമയമൊരു തണൽ തുടരുമിതിലെ ആനന്ദമായി സ്നേഹാർദ്രമാം യാത്ര നാളേക്കൊഴുകി പുലരികളനവധി നാടിൻ വിളിയിൽ ഉണരുകയായി നീ അതിരിലവളുടെ കാവലായി മാറിയിടുവാൻ മാത്രം ചോരയാൽ നീ എഴുതിയ കഥ ഇതുവഴി തെളിഞ്ഞിതാ ഉയിരിനും ഉയരെയായി ഉലകമോർത്തിടുന്നു നിന്നെ ധീരമായി വരാനിൽ വഴിയേ നേരിടാമൊരേ ഹരിയേ ഒന്നറിയുക നാളെ നിന്നതിരുകൾ നീളെ അന്നൊരു തടപോലെ നിന്നിടും ഇവനെ
സ്വർഗസ്ഥനായ ഞങ്ങളുടെ പിതാവേ, നിന്റെ തിരുനാമം പരിശുദ്ധമാക്കപ്പെടണമേ, നിന്റെ രാജ്യം വരണമേ, തിരുവിഷ്ണു സ്വർഗ്ഗത്തിലെ പോലെ ഭൂമിയിലുമാകണമേ. ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ആവശ്യമുള്ള അപ്പം തരണമേ. ഞങ്ങളുടെ കടക്കാരോട് ഞങ്ങൾ ക്ഷമിച്ചതുപോലെ ഞങ്ങളുടെ കടങ്ങളും പാപങ്ങളും ക്ഷമിക്കണമേ. പരീക്ഷയിലേക്ക് ഞങ്ങളെ പ്രവേശിപ്പിക്കരുതേ, ദുഷ്ടൻ ഞങ്ങളെ രക്ഷിച്ചു കൊള്ളണമേ. എന്തുകൊണ്ടെന്നാൽ രാജ്യവും ശക്തിയും മഹത്വവും എന്നേക്കും നിനക്കുള്ളതാകുന്നു.
A gallant soul and a national hero, Colonel Joseph Thomas Ashoka Chakra. Today is not just a birthday, it is a reminder that he wasn't just a commanding officer, he was a mentor, a leader, a patriot, and most of all, a man who truly embodied the spirit of service before self. So let's begin our program. So with the beginning of the program, we have someone really special because I don't think anybody else is more fitted than him to perform the welcoming address for now. So I invite Philemon Thomas, son of Colonel Jojen Thomas, onto the dais to formally welcome the gathering. Please come forward.
Good evening everyone present here. I'm Philemon Thomas, son of Colonel Georgian Thomas, Ashok Chakra. It gives me immense pride and emotion to welcome you all to this very special gathering, a celebration of life, love and legacy on what would have been the 60th birthday of our beloved father, Colonel Georgian Thomas, Ashok Chakra, posthumous. On behalf of our family, I extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to each one of you, respected dignitaries, his postmates, brothers in arms, friends, church members, and extended families who have come from far and near to be with us today. Your presence means more to us than words can express. Many of you knew him in uniform. Some of you knew him as a friend, a colleague, or a brother. But for all of us, he remains unforgettable. Not just because he was a brave soldier who laid down his life in the service of our nation in 2008 during an operation in Kupwara, but because of the life he lived with unmatched passion and warmth. You may wonder why his birthday and not his death anniversary. The reason is deeply personal and I believe deeply fitting. My father was someone who celebrated life. He believed in joy, in laughter, in seizing the moment. And as we, his family, felt that remembering him on the day he came to this world with music, memories, and togetherness reflects who he truly was. Rather than mourn his absence today, we chose to honor his presence in our memories, in our stories, and in the lives he touched. We remember his smile, his strength, his humor, and his courage, not just on the battlefield, but in every role he played as a son, a husband, a father, a friend, and a leader. This evening is not just about remembrance, it's about celebration. It's about coming together to reflect on the life of a man who lived fully, who served selflessly, and who continues to inspire us even today. Thank you once again for joining us. Your presence is a tribute not only to Colonel Georgian Thomas, but to the values he lived by: honor, duty, courage, and love. Let us make this evening a meaningful one, with stories, with smiles, maybe even with tears, but most of all, with gratitude for the gift of his life. Thank you so much.
A tradition that reflects light, life, and legacy. So I humbly request our dignitaries, I request Mr. Shri Rajiv Chandrasekhar, Colonel P.K. Hardar, Father Jinu, and both the mothers of Colonel Jojen Thomas, his wife Veena Thomas, and his brothers to come forward for the lighting the lamp ceremony. Please come forward.
right side. For your kind information, any soldiers who have been killed in action, the lady wives are permitted to wear the awards which have been conferred
conferred on him posthumously onto the right side. We have Mrs. Jadaja Vishwanathan. Unfortunately, she couldn't take out that medal from the frame.
So right now we'll have our dignitaries to speak a few words. So firstly, I invite Sri Rajiv Chandrasekhar sir to come forward and speak a few words.
Hello, namaskaram. I will speak in English for the benefit of our visitors. Let me just say it's an absolute pleasure to be here this evening to see the family being strong and doing so well. I did not know Colonel Georgian Thomas, but I certainly knew how he lived. I was in Bangalore when he returned home in August 2008, and at that point in 2006, I had started a small foundation called the Flags of Honor Foundation with a mission to help the families who are obviously the biggest victims or the ones who suffer the most when brave hearts serve and fall. And it is then that I met the family and I've had the good fortune of continuing to engage with the family and support them in my small little way. But I must tell you today, wherever Colonel Thomas is today, up in the sky, looking down, he will be very proud of what he achieved. Meena, Meghna, and Firmo, my very best to you, and to all of you for being here. Absolutely great moment for me. I do choke up in these occasions, but absolutely moving, touching that video. Thank you for doing that. And to the 5 Ashok Chakras that make up the Kerala story, I just wish that more and more youngsters hear about them, live their lives inspired by the service and sacrifice that these brave men made for their country and for their people. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Now, to speak a few words, I invite Major Shiju Sharif, Zilla Sainik Board Officer of Pathanamthitta, and he's going to make a very special announcement too. Sir, please come forward.
Good evening, everyone. I feel really privileged to be standing here on the occasion of remembering Colonel Georgian Thomas Ashok Chakra. Myself, Major Shiju Sharif. I head Jilla Sainik Welfare Office, Pathanamthitta, and I represent Government of Kerala. So we have processed some applications for a memorial in his native place, Kuttur, Tiruvalla, and that is in the final stages. And maybe in coming months we'll be establishing that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. As you all might have noticed, we have the Indian Navy's band here. They're known for their precision and their quality in music. They don't need a language especially. The music, the flute, the song, everything is so great. So they will be performing right now for us. For a few minutes they'll be performing, and let's sit back and enjoy the music. Thank you so much. So some lives are lived with such honor and courage that they continue to shine through even after their death. So Colonel Georgian Thomas was one such person. So today we are here in the remembrance at his 60th birth anniversary, but still he hasn't left from our hearts. He's still there. So now we're going to see a tribute video, a very, very short tribute video that is a reflection of the life that he lived. And like I said before, he was a man who stayed by the word, service before self. So that is going to much be portrayed in this video. So we're going to sit back and enjoy and watch what he was, the man he was, the mentor he was, the husband he was, the father he was, and the son he was, and the man of soil to the country. So sit back and enjoy, and on to the video. Thank you. So firstly, I invite with huge round of applause and with huge respect, I invite Colonel P.K. Halder sir onto the dais to speak a few words.
Good evening. Respected dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen. I, as the commanding officer of the gallant soldier, Captain Thomas, is emotionally moved to be here. It's the rare moments in life. And I go back, let me start from the back. When I learned that he passed away and his body was influenced to Bangalore, that time I was in Mumbai. And I came down there. You know, losing a young officer for his job is like losing a son. And for me, it was not easy to be part of being in the vehicle, carrying his coffin, to be here, to carry his body and go to the entire ceremony. It was extremely difficult. And also, it reminded me as a flashback of the entire life when I took over the unit and I saw my young officers, and we had quite a few of them, as somebody mentioned, 7 of them. And Jojan stood out to be a very fine person and a good human being. From the beginning, as he was being a short service officer, I really wanted him to become a regular officer and give him certain tasks, which he very ably carried out. One of the things I remember, I gave him the task of giving the lecture demonstration on firefighting. And I was wondering, being from Kerala, and how will you be able to manage it, especially giving a demonstration before class. And he carried out that entire demonstration extremely well. He spoke very good Hindi, and I was quite impressed. And subsequently, in my interaction with him, I knew that he will definitely like to continue to serve the nation.
Now I invite Lieutenant General B.S. Raju sir onto the dais to speak a few words. So please.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Veena. Thank you, Meghu, Philly, for giving us a chance to come here and be part of this celebration of celebrating the 60th birthday of Jojan. I can imagine Jojan praying, 60-year-old, I wish I could see him here. But he still remains amongst us because of these special functions, because of these special people present here, because of the special words that have been spoken by each one of you. I just want to go back in time and say here that this is the 4th time I am coming to Cochin. The third time was when I came here as the vice chief. The second time I went on a trip to Lakshadweep. But what was very special was the first time when I came to Cochin was in January of 1989. Colonel Halder was my commanding officer, and I asked him for leave to attend Jojan's marriage. And I got the permission. He gave me 10 days of leave, or 15 days, I don't recollect. So I flew in from Dehradun, and that was my first commercial flight from Delhi to Cochin, and then I came a little early, so I went to Trivandrum, did a whole lot of Kerala tour. And the marriage, when I left Dehradun, was on 15th of January. And so I landed up on the evening of 14th of January, and I said, 15th, Joe and we will be very busy, let me go and say hello to them. So when I landed on the 14th evening, the Shamiyanas were coming down. And when I inquired what happened, the marriage had been preponed by a day. And those were the days of no telephones, no mobiles. And so obviously, once I left Dehradun, that date was already fixed that I'm going to miss the marriage. Anyway, I went to his house and had a wonderful meal in the night and spent some wonderful moments together. After that, Jojan and me were together oftentimes, as I said in the video, that in the glacier we met, and thereafter we came back to Dehradun. Dehradun was a time where we spent a lot of time together. Upasini used to be our senior subaltern, Jojan was my junior. A lot of physical activity, like General Upasini still remains as fit he was 40 years back. I can see that, and if I give him a chance, he will still climb a rope without any support.
It's my honor to invite Mrs. Sia Abraham to officially launch the trust and mark the beginning of its public mission. Now please come forward.
Namaste and a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sia Abraham, and it's an absolute honor to be here this evening as we celebrate the life of Colonel Jojan Thomas Ashok Chakra, who was in the fine tradition of the Indian Armed Forces, led his men from the front and was martyred in the defense of this beautiful country, India. Let me take this opportunity to offer my respects to him and the countless men and women who have laid down their lives in the defense of this country. I'm here to introduce proudly to you all a wonderful initiative by Mrs. Beena Jojan to keep alive the memory of Colonel Jojan Thomas through a meaningful charitable trust in his name. The Colonel Jojan Thomas Memorial Charitable Trust was registered in 2021 with the core vision of continuing Colonel Jojan Thomas's legacy of service by uplifting those in need through acts of kindness, support and empowerment. The mission of the trust is to serve individuals and families in need by supporting education, healthcare, housing and basic life necessities. The trust is governed and guided by a dedicated team of 7 board members who share a common vision and commitment to serve the community. I'd like to introduce the board members. The board members are Mrs. Beena Thomas, Mrs. Meghna Thomas, Mr. Philemon Thomas, Dr. Bijoy Abraham, Mrs. Suja James, Mr. Roy Abraham, and myself, Sia Abraham. Each member plays a crucial role in planning, coordinating and executing the trust initiatives and ensuring that all assistance is delivered with compassion, transparency, purpose and most of all, empathy. Since its inception, the trust has disbursed up to ₹7 lakhs towards various causes. I'll just take a minute and mention a few prominent ones. Educational support for academically deserving but financially struggling students, hostel fees and academic expenses for children who have poor financial circumstances, assistance in reconstructing homes for families living in poor and unsafe conditions, monthly support for dialysis treatment of a young girl who was undergoing regular medical care. All the activities of the trust have so far been funded entirely by the family of Colonel Jojan Thomas. However, moving forward, we recognize the importance and of course the need for collective funding through which we can keep this support for the underprivileged flowing without disruption. We We are now actively encouraging friends, well-wishers and the larger public to support the trust financially so we can continue to expand our reach and help more people in need. More information on how you can contribute to the trust will be displayed at the end of today's program. We believe that every contribution, whether it's big or small, can make a huge difference. And we encourage like-minded individuals like you all and organizations to partner with us in this noble cause. And together, we can continue to spread hope, support dreams, and uphold the values that Colonel Georgian Thomas believed in. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Part of the vision of the foundation today, we pose to honor those whose strength often remain unsung. Firstly, in quiet gratitude and deep respect, we now invite the felicitation of the wives of our brave martyrs, the Veer Nadis, a gesture of remembrance, dignity and unwavering support. Today, we are deeply honored to have among us Mrs. Jalaja Vishwanath, the proud wife of late Lieutenant Colonel Ramakrishnan Vishwanathan, a gallant officer who was decorated with the Veer Chakra for his extraordinary courage during Operation Vijay in the Kargil War of 1999. Lieutenant Colonel Vishwanathan led from the front in the area of Dras sector, fearlessly charging through enemy fire and defences at an altitude of over 15,000 feet. Despite sustaining multiple gunshots, wounds, he refused evacuation, inspired his troops to push forward and eliminated enemy intruders in close combat. His bravery helped secure a vital foothold that played a crucial role in the eventual capture of point 4590. Ms. Jalaja Vishwanathan stands today not just as a wife of a war hero, but as a symbol of silent strength, sacrifice and unwavering resilience. In honouring her, we pay tribute not only to the indomitable courage of late Colonel Vishwanathan, but also to the enduring spirit of every soldier's family who bears the weight of the nation's gratitude. Let's rise to acknowledge and salute Mrs. Jalaja Vishwanathan with our deepest respect and heartfelt thanks. And she will be honoured by Colonel P.K. Halder, sir. So please. On 27 September 2017, while returning from a mission with the Indian military training team, he lost his life in a tragic helicopter crash alongside his Bhutanese co-pilot. The day he laid down his life in service to the nation was also his birthday, a poignant reminder of a life lived with purpose and sacrifice. Today, as we felicitate Srimati Hina Parmar, we also honor the quiet strength, resilience and grace with which she had upheld his legacy. She stands here not just as a wife of a martyr, but as a symbol of the courage and endurance that every soldier's family embodies. Her presence reminds us of the sacrifices of the soldiers and shared and borne by the loved ones as well. So let us rise to express our heartfelt gratitude and respect to Srimati Hina Parmar for her strength, for her sacrifice and for carrying forward the legacy of her children. Her presence here reminds us that the families of the martyrs are the silent sentinels of sacrifice and resilience. Please join in me welcoming Srimati Sushila Devi onto the dais. To honor her, I invite Lieutenant General B.S. Raju on the dais. Including Operation One-Eyed Jack, which led to the elimination of a key figure in the Rajiv Gandhi assassination case. After his military career, he continued to serve the nation, this time through cinema, bringing the untold stories of our soldiers to life in films like Kirti Chakra and Kurukshetra. For his exemplary service to the nation, both in uniform and beyond, we are proud to felicitate him today. Please join in me welcome to the stage Major Ravi. And he will be honoured by Lieutenant Upasani sir. Lieutenant General Upasani sir.
First of all, let me thank the Georgian family on behalf of all the recipients today's this honor, which is in the name of Colonel Georgian. You know, when I was in the army, I always used to think that because I was in ministry for about 4 years, the longest tenure which one officer could have had, because I used to be lucky. My CEO used to say, "Diki, you are lucky that army language." I come back at that. But you know, I always used to feel that the most luckiest soldier is the one who goes to the army unit walking and coming back wrapped in a national flag. I was unlucky, in fact. I envy the people who martyred for this country. That is the luckiest. I call it as a soldier. You can call us, we are alive and back. But that's a great feeling. And that is what is Mrs. Georgian has today reminded us, that they don't die. We all die. One auto rickshaw is good enough for me to get killed. But that getting martyred, we live long. We live in the heart of so many people. If I have a natural death, a couple of years my son will put in the newspaper. After sometimes everyone forgets. But the soldiers remain some of the greatest walls of this history. Their names that remains. That is why I always say that the people who are not yet in uniform are the luckiest people in the world. I couldn't get that luckiest, be the luckiest one. But then I'm really thankful to you, ma'am. Whatever you have done, whatever you have made us to remember about your husband, and we could know about the entire family of yours. I don't know how to thank you. Whatever it is, whatever way we can help you. You don't require any help. Why? Because you are so strong that I can make it out. Anyway, thank you so much, ma'am. I once again thank on behalf of the entire recipients today. Thank you so much to the Jyojan family. Thank you.
Very proud of her. She has been a gallant lady. I feel more gallant than her husband. Because he faced the bullet once, she has been facing it throughout her life. Even today, there are situations where she faces those bullets. Okay, and in the society. I have no words for you, Beena. Hats off. Then comes my little daughter who's here, Meghna Thomas. I've seen her grow from a very small child. And now, as everybody knows, she's lifting a machine which is hundreds and thousands of tons more than her weight. God bless you, happy flying, and I want you to see coming out in better flying colors always. Thank you for all that you have been to all of us, the postmates and everyone who's been here. Coming to my darling Philu, where is he? I can't see him now. He was a child of 10 years old when his father passed away. His father got martyred. Now imagine a child who has been playing with his father and suddenly he gets a message at that age. You just heard him say that my dad was everything to me. Now that everything in a flash of a second goes off. How do we feel? I'm telling you, no words can even reach the heart of those people who have faced it to console them. Nothing can happen because those words will only come for a few days, and after that a sore battle has to be fought by them and they have to come out of the situation. So today a son who lost his father at the age of 10, I've seen boys who have gone haywire, who have got into so many vices. The family has stood strong, united, disciplined and full of character, and that credit I give entirely to Mrs. Beena Thomas. She has been a fantastic mother. I feel handling so many things at the same time, she would have had a lot in her hands. And thank you so much for organizing this lovely evening where we all could get together. And it's a happy evening, that is why I said happy evening, because one thing I forgot to share with you, that Georgian and I share the same day as our birthday, 22nd July. And this is a small thing which I want to tell you, that on that day when we were in the academy, Georgian walked up to me and he said, let's go to the canteen, the treat is on me today. I said no, without knowing that it is our birthday, each other knowing that it's a birthday. I said no, it's on me. He said, nahi yaar, it's on me today. So I said, you cannot say no because it's my birthday. I said, is it? He said, yes, it's my birthday. I said, it's my birthday as well. He said, nahi, you are pulling a fast one so that you can make the payment in the canteen. I pulled out my iCard and I showed it to him. That was 2 months into our academy. And that was the first and the last birthday we have celebrated together.
Now I invite a good friend and a fellow aviator to Colonel Jyojan Thomas, Colonel Sada Peter, onto the dais. So please come forward.
Beena ma'am and family, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I think there's not much that we still for me to say. But I will just say a few points because General Raju knows this 18-month course which we went through. Going to the army, we do not go directly to fly. We become officers, we stay for about 3-4 years, 9 years, become comfortable, we become a little relaxed, and then we shall be pushed into with a course which actually changes our life. To the extent that we brought back to ground level. And the cadets who are flying with us parallelly are Air Force cadets who are not commissioned, very young. And we are the top gun Air Force instructors who are fighter pilots or top aviators who train us. And it's a very fast roller coaster ride, 18 months. And Joseph Thomas was the course example, he was senior-most. And like an officer, his postmate mentioned, he was a very firm man, and he was also a student. It was not that he was just a person. He had to go through all the rigors of training as we had to, but he always was there. And there are highs and lows. Somebody might be very good in academics, but some maneuver will not come. And then there, the rejection rate is very fast. You don't pass, you give 2 hours, 1 morning, 2 more hours, and you are just thrown out. So the dream just goes. So those 18 months were great, and he was a great friend, and our friendship carried on. And somewhere midway, I was a good pilot, but something happened. I said, "Sir, I want to go back." Something touched me, and I didn't like the way it was going. And that was a difficult time, and I had an issue with the instructor. It became difficult because I had actually overstepped and touched the instructor's ego. But notwithstanding that, they did put me offline for some time. He was always supportive. And he never let me leave. He said, "Peter, if people pass up together, you will get finished together." And on the lighter side, there are more other things, but this is a very solemn moment, so that we share with Bimana. I'm always in touch with her. When we passed out, somehow things got mixed up, and his decaf came to my box. And it carried on, and in those days we didn't have many mobiles, and on this fateful day I was Nami Fordas, posted there. I got a call from another aviator friend who was also one of the pilots who retrieved and bring back the remains. It was quite a... I just couldn't, I went blank. It took me a month to speak to Bina because he was so full of life, so much full of life. He had an aura which I just cannot explain. He had that mischievous, naughty look in his eyes, he had frown. And then I spoke to her, I wrote to her. Years later, Meghna came to my house. I didn't want to give it to her, but I knew it belonged to her. So I gave it back to her, and we're still in touch. I know he's in heaven. Like the general said, some people have a calling, and that comes from God, and that comes to virtuous people who tread the path and give us people. Thank you, and